this rage in me like fire under my skin. Why are you being like this?
I'm capable of such terrible things. Someone walked
with Dylon and renew your dark-coloured clothes in only 10 washes with 30 days of freshness. New?
Dove Advanced Care Antiperspirant helps your skin recover.
I got something better. Power Boost actives activated. They boosted your body. Hola.
Second, I just want to address Den Tadigan in the chat, right? So Den's put this evening, just a question, what was the reason I had my spanner taken, right? Not asked, just curious as to the answer contradicting what's been said today, right? So yeah, if I didn't really want to make it public. I just took your spanner away because I did not like the way you targeted Becca and Amy, not because they're women, because like Amy needs to understand, I don't really want to bother in anybody else's arguments. The reason why I spoke up when it was easy, because he targeted you two women because you're Muslim, right? You can't compare that to Dookie because that's a personal issue with you two, right? He targeted you because you're a Muslim. And I felt when I listened to that stream, then was just going at you because you're a Muslim, right? He didn't have anything to go at you on a personal basis. He just wanted to target you for a Muslim. I don't have an issue with you not liking Islam, right? But that doesn't mean that you're going to go around targeting anybody that supports Islam or is a Muslim. Or why do you do it? Why do you condemn this? Like, that's just absolutely awful behavior.
Yeah,
I don't want anybody on a mod on my panel that thinks like it's okay to go at Muslims. And even though you say you separate religion from Muslims, but you clearly don't. Because the way you were going on at Becca and Amy maybe Becca more, right? At that time, was just because you're Muslim. And she chose to be a Muslim. It was nothing personal with Becca. It was just that you wanted to have a go at Islam. And I'm like, all right, like I've shown you respect. I've given you a spanner because I didn't want people to time you out. But you're like actually going up Muslims, right? Even though you're saying that you're against the ideology of Islam. If you was, you wouldn't be targeting Becca like that. The way you went on her. So I took your mod away. I didn't want to make it public. I just took it away. But you brought it up. So I had to address it. Yeah, carry on, guys.
You know what? Rates Ben Taragon anyway. Even the racists hate him.
Yeah, well, he's got a lot of people don't like him. I mean, I don't really know him that well.
They don't like him. They don't rate him. He's not rated, bro.
No, it's not about rated. I'll always be honest with Den, right? Me and Den, I'm not had an issue with him. I get on with him, right? I can have a conversation with him. But, like, there's certain limits, man. You can't just go at people just because they're from a certain religion.
Yeah, but you let him get comfortable. You let him think that it's all right.
Nah, it's not about that. So having opposition's all right, Khan, right? Like, at the end of the day, it's like, to me, what makes it funny to me, right, is that he's an atheist, yeah? And he doesn't believe in any religion, you know what I mean? But it seems like he's just got an itch for, Islam over every other thing. So I'm thinking, bro, if you were consistent, you'd be going for every other thing as well. But
So every other thing. So what else is bringing us terrorism and a rape epidemic covering 82 towns and cities? Are the Christians? No. Are the Catholics? No. Are the Jewish? No. Are the Buddhists? No. Are the Sikhs? No. Seems to be just Islam.
Yeah, if you're saying you're atheist, why are you not going for Christianity, right? Because when America...
Is there a fucking Christian rape epidemic? Is the Christians blowing themselves up at fucking children's concerts? No.
Britain invaded Iraq, George Bush said it in a statement that God told him to do it, right? But you've not got an issue with that, and when millions of people were killed. But when some
This is so dumb. Is there anything in the Christian scriptures which promote all this fucked up shit, terrorism, fucking putting one group over another, causing racial division, racial hate? Now, if Christianity was causing all them problems or whatever, I would have been to over 100 churches, but as it stands, it's all coming from Islam. That's fact.
But when some Muslim extremists who I condemn, remember, I'm saying the word condemn, I condemn doing what their actions, but you want to hold that against all of us, right? But you're not holding it against the Christians.
Yeah.
That's
Holding what against Christians? By all means, go do a video, shows all the things that we should be looking for with all this shit with Christianity and whatever. Not being funny, but what one person said however long ago, not being funny, but he's not a prophet, he's not somebody that people choose to emulate, is it? Realistically, he's not a code of conduct for fuck all, is he?
clearly stupid, right? And there's no way you shouldn't go for Becca or anybody or any Muslim, right?
Yeah.
Like,
he was trying to put words in
clearly
their
felt
mouth as
like
well.
he was itching that day just to target Muslims. And I was uncomfortable with that.
He definitely let it spill.
No, there's been loads of things said along the way and whatever, and eventually things come to a point where you go, nah, actually, I'm going to have to speak out, I'm going to have to say something, I'm going to have to question this person and just see what they say.
A bit, because like with Becca in particular, like she blatantly said her thoughts, and he's like, "That's not what you believe in. That's not what you." She's like, "No, that's what I believe in." Like there are Muslims that have different beliefs, you know. Like,
well, maybe review it then, Triller. If that's what you think was said, review it.
About certain things.
No, but the thing
like,
is, he wasn't interested in that. He was like, what annoyed me the most, he was like saying that the extremist Muslims will call you a non-Muslim, right? But you...
Yeah, because they will. And they do. And they have done for a long time ago, so...
You, yourself then, you align with the extremist Muslims.
Yeah, but then
No. I don't align with any Muslim at the end of the day. I can agree with certain things, there can be middle ground to certain things, but I don't align with any cult member from any cult. That's not something I do. I don't do it with Islam, I don't do it with any other ideology. Simple as that.
They're right, that's the right Islam, but what you're following is wrong. And I'm like, what?
You're right.
You should be siding with us.
Than them.
Bit of a 50-50. So yeah, if people like yourself and Becca and Amy and whatever don't feel the need to be as extreme as your ideology commands you to do, then that'll be a good thing, obviously. It wouldn't be the best scenario with 1.8 fucking million Muslims. Billion Muslims, sorry, 1.8. If you had that many Muslims which was following the ideology to the letter, then yeah, it would be a really bad situation. It is good that we have people which don't wish to follow every letter of the ideology to the letter, but that's not going to stop me pointing out that that is actually what it says in the ideology. The people which are acting extreme by blowing people up and doing all this fucked up shit or whatever, it is written in your ideology. Now, I get you don't like that because it probably makes you feel a bit shit or whatever. And I get that. Ghost was born into it or whatever. He's not opted into it like Becca. He's not opted into it like Amy. He's not opted into it like Jordan M. So realistically, could Ghost just say, oh, well, you know, there's a lot of things that I don't like or whatever. I'm not going to be a Muslim anymore. I'm going to come away from the ideology and just live my life as a fucking human or whatever. we've seen what happens for those that do. They end up having to move house under armed fucking guard or whatever. We've seen the ones that dare to question Islam, the bad side, the fucking shit stuff that comes from it and whatever. And I'm not being funny, but a lot of the attacks from people that dare to question it, who are Muslims, the attacks come from your panel, Ghost. From yourself, from the people on your panel. People like Candid with Love now. Do you know what I mean? She only called out the bad apples and you've all attacked her or whatever. So it is what it is.
Better than them. That makes
you
him
should
no
be
better
siding
than
with
the
us,
ISIS,
right?
You get
Saying
me?
that what they're following is wrong. But instead, you're siding with the extremists and you're saying what they're following is right. What you lot are saying is wrong.
Well, I could just agree with you, but then we'd both be wrong, wouldn't we? I stick to the facts and the evidence, and that's the best way to do anything. The facts and the evidence prove what I'm saying to be factually correct. Yeah? You're going off thoughts and feelings and all this other fucking shit, which realistically is not important. Do you think people like the killer of Lee Rigby, who handed over 50 verses of the Quran to a fucking passerby or whatever, which justified him doing what he did to Lee Rigby, do you seriously think that somebody like that is going to give two fucks about your thoughts and feelings? And that can be you, Ghost, or any of the converts, or anyone that fucking wants to be a Muslim and make out that, you know, what he's done, he's somehow not a real Muslim, this, that and the other. No, it don't work like that. To the letter of it, following every letter of that ideology, he's a true Muslim, and you lot, like it or not, are hypocrites. And if you know about your own ideology, you will know what happens to hypocrites. Now, me pointing that out, that doesn't make me the wonky one, does it, realistically? I'm just educating you about your ideology. It is that simple. And I get it, it's uncomfortable, you know, whatever. It's uncomfortable, it's not something you really want to hear or whatever. You'd rather believe your version of it, but your version is something that's been made up in the West. Now, like I've said, there's 109 troubling, problematic verses in the actual book, which you've said yourself, Ghost, you put before your family, this, that and the other, and without it you would be nothing, which, like I said at the time or whatever, to me that's proper sad that you feel that way. You know, you're living in the UK, you're nowhere near where it originated from or whatever, and to have that thought process that without that book you would be nothing, and you put it above your family, yeah, it's troubling. It's troubling. And I do genuinely feel sorry for anybody that feels like that. Now, do I believe that Becca and Amy feel that way? I don't think so. Maybe I'll have to ask the question, but I don't think so. Jordan M, I don't think so. Considering he lied from day one of entering Islam, considering we know that Jordan M said, oh, I used to be a Tommy supporter, blah, 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 this, that and the other. And I know this because I watched the interview that he did on the After Dark show with Flow Destroyer some years ago. Now, in my opinion, Jordan M is just grifting off that situation or whatever. And it's an easy grift to do. Now, when I've been to over 100 mosques, it's very obvious and very relevant that people will try and tell you, oh, Islam's not this, Islam's not that, blah, blah, blah. And they try to groom you into that situation where they want you to be a Muslim. They want you to believe the bullshit which Ghost believes, Becca believes, Amy believes, Jordan M professors, whatever, they want you to believe that version of shit. And oh yeah, join our gang, we're great. You know, it's not this, it's not that, it's not all this horrible shit. The amount of times I've had people trying to groom me from mosques, as soon as they realise you've been part of the Tommy following and this, that and the other, it's like gold dust to them or whatever, and they are desperate to try and groom you. Now, I am going to put out some videos or whatever. I've already put one out of the 100 and odd fucking mosques that I have visited or whatever. And you can see for yourself exactly how the situation unfolds. The problem is, I'm not dumb. I don't just believe shit which people come out with. I go to the root of the problem. I go to the source. And I come with the scriptures from that ideology. So people's interpretation of it, realistically, it's not important. It's not important to me because I'm very aware that it's not important to the people which are acting and following every single letter of the ideology, to the point where they're quite happy to go and blow themselves up, quite happy to go mowing fucking soldiers down and trying to hack off the fucking heads in broad daylight. I'm very aware. Now, if people want to carry on with the delusional version of Islam, as I call it, the BBC version of Islam, that's up to you. You know, it's not an issue.